mean, should we be paying ourselves instead of paying someone else's mortgage? Have you even looked at that possibility? Do you know that interest rates are like super low still? Wait, hold on. We're going to check today's interest rates. And I'm going to tell you, because if you're not thinking about these kinds of things, you should be. Watch this. Today's interest rate, and you can always Google this, or today's mortgage rate, but I do interest rate. But mortgage rate is a more accurate term than interest rate. Because we're talking about, hold on, my favorite site is trying to give me a questionnaire here. Here we go. All right, let's look at what mortgage rates are today. Let's see. What do you got, DC? What do you got? Boom. Next. Come on, people. Oh, goodness. All right. Almost there. Almost there. I'm getting a quote for today's rates. I have to plug in a little scenario. And once we do, it'll spit out an accurate rate. So I'm helping you assume that it's your first time. You're a first time buyer. You're buying a house. The median home price here in Southern California is over $600,000, but I'm gonna say $500,000. I'm gonna spit out an interest rate at you guys in a minute. Hold on. They're actually making me jump through way more hoops than I like to jump through, but here we go. Okay. Looks like you could get an interest rate in the low fours. 4.18% was the quote I was given, because there are loan agents, and I can refer you to some, who will have you put in your information and okay, so the questions they are going to ask you when time to get pre-qualified. Oh, and by the way, you expect to get pre-qualified for financing before you can make offers on a home. Now, why is that? That's because a seller, if you need a loan to purchase that home, sellers don't take you seriously if your offer doesn't come with a pre-qualification letter from a bank that says, hey, Daron is qualified to buy a home and he can buy for up to $500,000. If that doesn't come with my offer, a real seller, a serious seller, doesn't take me seriously. So when I tell you that you need to go and get pre-qualified, and the reason I give you these interest rates is because when you are serious about getting involved, then you got to get prepared to get pre-qualified. So they're going to ask you, what's your income? They're going to run your credit and see what your FICO score is. They're going to say, how much cash do you have in the bank? How much are you prepared to put down to purchase this place? And look, the crazy thing is, you don't have to be embarrassed if the answer is nothing. I want to put nothing down. There's actually a possibility that you could still purchase a home even if you don't have a down payment. Crazy, right? Well, I'm here to tell you, you can get the down payment and you can get the closing costs. What? Yeah, that's right. Now, you need to have a job or you be gainfully employed. You need to have an income. You need to be able to service the mortgage. But outside of that, I've seen every other kind of scenario work. I've seen people with bad credit buy property. I've seen people with no down payment buy property. What else have I seen? I don't know if I've ever seen anybody with no job buy property. That's a good one. I haven't seen that yet. But everything else seems to be negotiable. So I want you to think about that. Now, let's talk about how much rent you're paying and what that would be doing for you in the land of purchasing. So let's see. Let's just say that you are paying, let's play with some scenarios here. Because I just was working with somebody who's like, well, if I'm paying $3,500 a month in rent, you actually think I can afford to buy a home? My quick answer was, hell yeah, you can. And the fact of the matter is, all you got to do is go get pre-qualified, and then we'll decide how much home you can afford on $3,000 a month in payments. The other thing is this. sometimes it's more advantageous to buy a house than it is to buy a condo. Why? Because condominiums have association dues, which means that's the amount of money you pay for the common areas to be maintained, the pool or the gardening or the earthquake insurance that the homeowners association has decided, whether you like it or not, to pay for. And so you get to pay your share of that through your homeowners association fees. Well, when I work with first-time buyers, a lot of times they go, well, you know, I don't have a lot of money. Maybe I ought to just be looking at a condo. But the funny thing about it is sometimes a condo is more expensive than a similar sized house because of the homeowners association dues. You ever think about that? I looked at a condo 2 weekends ago, and it was a pretty expensive condo. But the crazy thing is the homeowners association dues were $1,200 a month for a 2-bedroom condo. It was a nice condo, and we were checking it out, but $1,200 a month. $1,200 a month in HOA dues. If you apply that to the amount of the payment, you could actually afford a house that's worth another $200,000. Do you understand? So when you're looking as a first timer, you might be way better off buying a duplex or a triplex than buying a condominium. Does that make any sense? I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you. So, look, I'm going to run a scenario for you real fast, and I'm going to see if I can get a good comparison for you. Okay, so here's a little scenario that I like to use. Boom. I use a home calculator, and it's designed to try to help you figure out how much house you can afford. Okay, and so this company is quoting. Okay, here we go. All right, so I got 3 years interest rate, and so check this out. On a $400,000 purchase, so that's a really good first time owner scenario because. Even here in Southern California, I can help a person find a starter condo or a small starter home in the 4s. So let's assume that you got $40,000 down, and you can borrow $400,000, so you're getting a $440,000 property. I could actually find you a very, very decent condo or small home in that 440 range. Now you'll say, Daron, 440, man, that's hard to find anything in Southern California for 440. Let me tell you a situation. I sold a property last year that was listed for $552,000, and we ended up closing it at $425,000. Why? Because the house needed some work. The seller was almost desperate, and we had a buyer who was qualified. So we went in, we made an aggressive offer. We bought that property for $425,000. So I'm here to tell you $400,000 and with a $440 total purchase price is not impossible, even here in Southern California. So let's go down and talk about my scenario. So we were going to find you a place for $440, and we're going to put down $40,000. We're going to borrow $400,000. We're going to get you a 30-year fixed interest rate, right? And so check this out. With an interest rate of, 3.625 is what they're quoting here for someone with, let's see, what's your credit score? So if you got over a 650 credit score, then you can borrow this money at 3.625%. Just keep track of that. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. How much do you pay in rent? Let me tell you what the payment is on this $440,000 home. $1,824.21. What? You didn't know that you could own a home for that, did you? I'll bet you. If you live in a 2-bedroom apartment or bigger, you're paying $1,800 or more. This is LA. I'm seeing rents for 2-bedroom apartments at $2,300, $2,400, $2,500 in average neighborhoods. I'm here to tell you that you could borrow $400,000 and have 30 years fixed interest rate loan, and your payments are $1,824.21. Did I just mess up your day? Did I just ruin your day? Because you're paying rent. You're paying rent that's more than that, and somebody else owns that home. And so you're basically buying that home for that person when you could be buying your own. Wow. $1,800 a month. Why aren't you owning? $1,821 a month. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you that interest rates are at a ridiculously lifetime low kind of level, you got to believe me. Believe me when I'm telling you. I mean, this is unheard of. Rents have gotten so high that they have surpassed the mortgages. So now you can own for less than you can rent in many cases. So let's look at your scenario. If you want to have somebody look at your scenario, you want me and Marlon to check out your scenario and see if you're ready to buy your own home, then you got to hit us up. Marlon, where should they hit us up? Info@Daron Campbell. Let's go to info@DaronCampbell.com. Just hit us up. Shoot us an email and say, Daron, I'm fed up. I'm tired of paying this fool's mortgage. I'm ready to have my own mortgage. And we will get you pre-qualified with one of our qualified lenders. I'm not the lender. Don't worry. There's nothing in it for me except you. Well, of course, you should use me as the best real estate agent in town to help you find that perfect home. But the pre-qualification is free. It costs you nothing. And one of my loan experts will get you pre-qualified. And here's what they'll do. They'll tell you how much house you can afford. The funny thing is, we just back into the amount of house you can afford by saying, what's your income? How much money do you have? How much money is there in the bank? How much are you willing to put down? What's your credit score? If you fill out all of that stuff, don't worry. Nobody's going to laugh at you or ridicule you if you don't have perfect credit. No one's going to get mad at you if you haven't been saving money for the last 10 years. I'm just trying to help you get to the point where you stop wasting money. Let's quit wasting money and let's start growing our assets. And then let's start teaching our kids the same thing. Because if interest rates, you guys, I don't know if you understand, interest rates at 3.625%. Do you know the day is going to come when interest rates are 6, 7, 8%? And we're all going to be looking back going, are you kidding me? I could have borrowed $400,000 and paid $1,800 a month for a mortgage. You're going to go, what was I thinking? I didn't buy anything back then. I'm telling you, and the day is not too far off when interest rates are going to be double what they are now. And you're going to look back and go, what the heck was I thinking? I could have owned my own place. Ladies and gentlemen, even if you owned your own condo and you rented it out, even if you owned a little dinky house that you don't even want to live in, buy it and rent it out. Stay where you're at. I don't care. But the fact of the matter is, you don't think I could buy a 2-bedroom place with 2 baths for $440,000 that we could rent out for more than $1,800? Think about it. You don't have to move in. Why don't you buy it and rent it out? I'm here to tell you that in the average neighborhood in Los Angeles, for $440,000, a 2-bedroom house will rent for probably about $2,600, $2,700. What does that mean? That means I could buy that house. I could pay an $1,800 mortgage. I could rent it out for $2,700. I could put $900 in my pocket every month. Are you guys listening to me? Come on. This is some fundamental stuff, but you got to be thinking about it because one day interest rates are going to be 5, 6, 7, 8%. And you're going to be like, man, I remember when that handsome brother on the radio told me I could borrow money for 3.6% fixed for 30 years. That means the payment is $1,824.21 for the next 30 years. Am I making any sense to you? You better let that sink in. How much more rent do you want to pay? Who else's mortgage do you want to pay for the rest of your life? Why don't you just pay your own mortgage? Why don't you let me get one of my people to pre-qualify you? I don't care how much you have down. I don't care what your credit situation is. The best thing we could do is get a snapshot of it right now. And if you're not ready, we can get you ready. If I'm telling you, you got 2, maybe 1.5, 2 years max on these crazy low interest rates, and then they're gone, what are you going to do now? Let's bring you into action right now. You know, I'm frustrated and fed up because a whole lot more of us need to be owning a whole lot more real estate. If you want to call me and talk about it, the number is 818-914-4087. You should call. You should talk to me about how to get you into a mortgage, get you into a home. I'll help you find a duplex. What if we found a $440,000 duplex with two-bedroom units in it, and the mortgage is $1,824.21, and you got $1,150 per side, right? You can live in one or you can rent them both out, but they generate $2,300 a month. The mortgage is $1,800 a month. You net $500 a month in your pocket. Does that make any sense? Anybody recognize an opportunity here? You see, people are saying prices are so high, prices are so high, prices are so high, but interest rates are so low. Think about it. If interest rates were high and prices were high, I'd say, hey, everybody, let's just run for cover. Let's get the hell out of here. But it's the opposite. Prices are high. Yeah, great. They're high. But interest rates are at a ridiculously low level. I'm telling you, when my parents bought their first house, their interest rate was, I think, 18%. 3.625% fixed for 30 years. Ladies and gentlemen, you better wake up and smell the interest rate. All right, we're going to take one more break, and when I come back, I'm going to yell at you some more about getting your financial act together. I'm Daron Campbell. This is the Road to a Million show. I'm your real estate mentor, so let's get on it. We'll be back in 3 minutes. ready? We ready?
Yeah.
Oh, man. You guys, I am so freaking excited. I am excited. I'm pumped. Guess who just joined me? My man, Speedy.
What it do, bro?
Mr. Rollout Show himself. The guy that is responsible for me being here. The guy that's responsible for the Road to a Million show. My host. This is the man, Speedy. Welcome.
What it do, man? I was in, I watch this show all the time. And you were saying about a house.
Yes.
$1,800 a month?
Yes.
But my credit, let's just say worst case scenario, the worst credit you could ever see.
That's okay. So check this out.
Please.
All right. So it's a sliding scale, right? So the interest rate, the very, very best interest rate with the very, very lowest down payment with the very, very friendliest terms happen for people with the very, very highest credit.
Okay.
Right? But the scale slides. So there's no you're in and you're out. The scale slides. So if you make good income, we can offset bad credit. Here's what I just learned recently.
Okay.
I watched a miracle happen.
Uh-oh.
Somebody with some terrible credit.
Me.
Well, there you go. We took somebody with some terrible credit, put them on a 60-day intensive clean it up plan. I'm going to bring my credit specialist here next week.
Please.
60 days, got their credit score up about 150 points, put them in that cleanup category where the bank says, yeah, we'll loan to you because we got you over 600. Boom. So
What?
60 days. Now, worst case scenario, might take 90 days.
Okay.
What if it took 120 days? What if March 1st, I was putting you in escrow on a place because we got your credit score up 180 points. You were in the sixes. We bought you a $440,000 place. Your payment was $1,821. I just found a duplex, Speedy.
Okay.
I just found a duplex.
I got a gang of kids and got friends come on. I need at least 3 to 4 bedrooms.
Check this out.
With a backyard.
We could do it. Matter of fact, I sold a place. I sold a probate sale, 4-bedroom house, very decent neighborhood, $468,000.
What?
It's a probate sale. The court said sell it. The kid said we don't want it. Give me the money. They wanted $582,000. We sold it for what did I sell it for? I think it was $461,000. You could have bought that house. $1,800 payment. Ladies and gentlemen, this is real stuff. We can get you there from here. It's just many times we're just afraid to really look at the real picture to see where we really stand.
Well, I think most people, I don't say everybody's like me, but in the sense you go, okay, my credit ain't right, I got a little weak job, or I might be coming into some money type of thing. Because in my mind, I figure, okay, when I get the money, not saying getting the credit right, when I get the money, then I'll go look for a house, or No. That's
a little bit out of order. Let's get ready. See, you know that whole stay ready so you ain't got to get ready?
Yeah, we hear that, but nobody ever, we need to move on that.
We need to move on that.
Yeah.
So let's get you ready. So this is a great time to get ready, everybody. This is November.
Okay.
Anybody could be ready by January, February.
Okay.
Just like that.
A little less than 2 months.
Less than 2 months. And we could be shopping for you on Valentine's Day. We could go out and get you your sweetheart a house.
All right, that's what I need. And now, am I looking for the fixer-uppers? Am I looking for something that's already done? I mean, again, I'm picky to a point,
and you
but I do understand.
You don't have to compromise all your principles just because your credit's a little compromised. It's okay. Here's the sliding scale in that. If you want more house and more possibilities, more potential, we should be willing to take a little less condition. If you want it all fixed up, cleaned up, nothing to do, pristine, it's going to be a little more expensive, so we're going to get a little less house for the dollar because it's already done. In my opinion, we buy something right in the middle of the road. What I like the best is a situation where somebody older left it to the kids.
Okay.
It hasn't been totally updated, so there's still something that you could do, but it's completely livable today.
It's ready to move.
It's ready to move in today, and then over time, you can redo the kitchen. Over time, you redo the bathrooms as money allows.
Okay.
As the equity grows, check this out. As the equity grows, you can take a snapshot every year and see, well, wait a minute, the house just went up $30,000 in value. Oh, the lender will refi and give me 10 out, and then we could do that bathroom. So suddenly, that house will pay for its own renovation.
Okay. So what is the first thing I need to do if I'm thinking about for a house, let's say March?
First thing you need to do is you and I are going to put you in touch with my credit specialist.
Get a credit. Okay.
So
see how bad it is.
Well, here's what we would do first. Normally, you already know it's bad. So normally I'd have you sit down with my loan person. Okay. They'd take a snapshot and go, okay, your credit is probably 100 points light. So let's get you in touch with the credit person to raise it. We already know it's challenged. We're going to put you in touch with the credit person. We're going to take the next 60 to 90 days to get you up. And then we're going to sit down and look at, and in the midst of that, while we're doing that, we're going to look at the money and say, okay, here's what we need to plan for. We want to do 3% down. We want to do 0 down. We could do 10% down. All of those things give you a little bit more buying power the stronger they get.
Now, by March, I should have something to put in.
So there you go.
I have something to put on it.
So see, and the best thing is March is going to be here like that. So so that we have a March 1st plan is half the battle.
Okay, we got that.
Because the credit person's going to say, okay, that amount's a little bit high. Try to knock it down. That one, somebody was late on. Try to be on time the rest of the way. We'll go get the ugly stuff taken off, but don't mess it up as we go. Okay. Keep things status quo, and all they'll do is get you improved.
Now, as far as the business,
yes,
how do we get this business to where it has a credit line?
Great question, because everybody ought to be aiming at having their business be just as credible as their personal.
Okay.
And so what will happen is we'll start the business credit. We'll launch that. And the way to start that out is you got an LLC or an S corp or something. If not, you'll form one. The business entity, then you'll start getting baby steps. You get a secured credit card in the business name.
Okay.
You start building business credit. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the secured credit card is a brilliant credit builder that people don't use. If you got no credit at all, get a secured credit card and make those payments on time.
Okay.
And then you don't get turned down for a secured credit card because you're putting up the money up front. They go as low as $200.
Okay.
Or as high as $500,000. If you got the money to put into that account, they'll give you the credit card that's secured against that money.
Got it.
The best way to build credit fast, get a secured credit card or two. Next week, I'll bring you a list of secured credit card companies, and you start by getting one of those and make those payments. That's a positive piece of credit. They love to see you doing that. And it's current. You see, what you did 10 years ago might hurt you, but you should be doing something positive to show that you've made the change.
Okay.
So, yeah. Ooh, we got a project here. Speedy in a house by March 31st. I'm writing it down.
Write it down. March 31st, I'll be ready to
commit
rock
to it, Marlon. Tell the people.
I need the 4-bedroom with the backyard. Pool is optional.
All right.
With my luck, somebody will fall in, like me. So the pool is optional.
All right.
Credit is we just go and if it's better than then we got to step up. So my first thing we need to do, I got to get it with your credit guy.
Done and done.
To get with the credit guy. Then what's the next step? Then he do his thing.
Credit person's going to start doing their thing. Then we're going to start talking to the loan person that says, okay, when the credit person gets you to 620, you'll be able to buy this. And then you and I are going to start looking at this.
When the person says, when you get to this.
The credit person's going to say how long it's going to take to get to 620.
Gotcha.
The loan person's going to say, when you got 620, here's how much you can borrow based on your income and how much cash you think you're going to have. And that's going to tell us what the dollar amount is that we can start backing into. If they say, hey, okay, Speedy, if all that happens, you can pay $610 for something based on however much down, based on what credit is going to be then. And then we go shopping for $610,000 or less. And then he's got the king of all negotiators on his team. So we're going to find something for $660. We're going to buy it for $590 and we win the game. Oh, we got a project.
That's the project. So y'all going to see me go from trust is bad. From bad to
jacked up credit to homeowner.
So you're going to tune in every single week and see me walk it all the way down.
And we're going to take you in the field and show you the results of Speedy from here to homeowner. How about that?
By March.
That's exciting.
Man, I like that.
That's exciting.
And then I want to do what you were saying about the duplex. When you get the duplex and you make it pay for.
Yeah. Think about it like this. We just talked about a $400,000 mortgage. I could show you a duplex out there between $400,000 and $500,000 where each unit gets $1,200 to $1,300 a month. We know the mortgage is $1,800, but it's collecting $26.
What?
That's net 800 in your pocket. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no reason not to be an investor. There's no reason. Wow. A little bit of planning. And here's what you got to do. Just what he did. We're not ready today, but we got a 5-month plan after which he will own a property. And I'm committing to you right now. He'll be an owner on March 31st. Write it down. You heard it here first.
He's going to negotiate it. We're going to go. Trust me, when I say it's bad, it's bad. I know. I know people laugh and go, like, I give people my Social Security number. You ain't going to be able to do nothing with that.
You can't do nothing with that.
Can't do nothing with that. You're going to be mad at me that I gave it to you.
You're going to get in trouble for flashing that.
So again, and it's just to show, not just to show, but you can go from nothing to what you're saying, because I'm here every week. And so we hear everything you're saying. And I know some people are going, okay. I remember the one guy, and I repeat it all the time. The guy says, why I need to own a house. Okay, I get that. Some people just, their mindset is not there. So that's understandable.
Right. But people like that, we try to show them in the baby math. So if you had bought, I'll give him a perfect example. There's a person I sold a condo to 3 years ago. Sold it to her with $0 down.
What?
She paid $315,000 for this condominium. It was her first purchase, just over 2.5 years ago. We did an appraisal for her about a month ago. That condo was worth $422,000. The girl has made $107,000 just for living in her condo. That's why, my brother, you ought to buy a home.
Now when you say that, when can you pull that out, or you don't pull out that 100?
It depends on her life situation. She could pull that 100 and go buy a duplex like we just talked about.
Oh.
That's how you pyramid your way up the ownership ladder. Okay. See, you don't wait to buy real estate. You buy real estate and wait. That's important.
Buy real estate and
wait. You see, real estate is a de facto savings account. That girl made $100,000 just for owning it. She lived in it. She paid the mortgage, but it's the same rent she would have paid for renting. Wow. So why not pay yourself and watch it grow? Because you're going to pay the rent somewhere. You're going to pay to live somewhere.
I had a friend that's paying right up the street $4,500 a month rent. Rent. If with no backyard.
Rent.
No garage.
You know that friend could own $1 million house?
I told him. But I think, okay, so their husband is in the armed forces.
Okay.
So he's still doing that. And then, she does stuff on the side. But she was telling me that, and they've been there now going on 6-7 months at $4,500 a month. And I said, why are you renting? I thought anything over $2,000 you should own. That's if you're paying $2,000.
Well, here's what I'll tell you about that situation. Now, I don't know these people personally that he's talking about, but one of the spouses is in the armed forces. Do you know what that means? That person has a VA loan. That person could get a VA loan, and you know what VA loans give you? $0 down, 0 closing costs, no money out of pocket loans for all vets. Do you hear me? And you paying for it? Come on. Come on. There's opportunities out there, and I guess a lot of times we just don't know about them, or a lot of times we don't, nobody's holding up the mirror saying, here, look. But the fact is, they should be owning, and they're servicing the equivalent of $1 million mortgage at $4,000 a month.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to send you your number. So, again, America, you're going to see me go from ground zero to, because I want a house. I got to have a house. At that point in my life,
we're going to get this man a house.
And start building that equity. And then the next thing we're going to do, we're going to go and buy the property.
Yep.
And then
this is perfect. You are the case study.
I'm the case study. If I can do it, when I say anybody can do it, because I have nothing. Well, I have a vehicle paid for. We renting. It's not sexy, but we renting. But I want to get that house. I want to get that house. And even if it's like you said, where we take it from a point and then we take it to a whole nother point.
We all got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
But not owning is the first mistake. It's time more of us owned and we thought about it sooner. Now you can recover. The cool thing is, it doesn't matter how old you are, you can still get there from here. You just got to start now.
All right, I'm starting now. Just wait. I'm talking to your guy.
Yep.
My next step. I'll let y'all know what happens. I'm gonna talk to his guy about the credit, which I know is bad.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do one better. We're gonna bring the credit person right here.
Bam.
And we're gonna talk about Speedy right here and show you step one of the process.
Yeah.
And away we go. There's one of my lenders on the phone right now. We'll talk to him in a minute. Hanging out on his boat this weekend. Okay?
Must be nice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to that.
Okay, you will.
Glad I came in.
You got to do something. You got to do something. No time for like the present. Best example right here. Thanks for joining me. This is awesome.
Man, I want a house, and I need to come in here so America can see that it can be done even with your boy.
There you go. Perfect.
And I want to see y'all get a house too.
Perfect. Let's get everybody a house. We need to be owners, you guys. Let's stop thinking about consuming and renting, and let's start talking about ownership. I'm Daron C. Campbell. This is the Road to a Million show. I'm your real estate mentor, and I'll see all of you at the top. Peace. Make it a great day.
That's dope.
Man, that